lovers, welcome back to my channel. I really wanted to make this video really quickly, just to kind of update you on where I am with everything that's going on and just how I've been doing. So let's get into it. So hi everybody, I am making this video right now just to kind of check in, just do like a check-in really. I am, as you can see, I am in a different space right now. I am at my sister's home in Louisiana. I came to visit for a bit. I am currently couch surfing between my parents and my sister's house, and I just kind of wanted to, make a little quick check-in video while she's at work. I have pretty much just decided to kind of take a break, I guess, from my life, even though it was already pretty much on pause for a while because of all the pandemic and all of that that's going on. I was laid off from my job, so I was like, well, I might as well take this opportunity to go home, especially with everything that's going on. I actually had plans to go home, but they ended up falling through because I was afraid to fly, so I kind of canceled my flight. And then my sisters, because they love me so, they got on the road and they drove to get me from Louisiana, and they drove to DC where I live. And the drive was actually not that bad. The road trip was pretty okay. We argued a little bit, things that sisters do, but we made it, and it was, really refreshing to kind of just like get on the road and just like, lose myself in the miles and just not really think about, the state of the world and my life, and with just everything that was going on. It was a great like mental break, which I am actually still on. I got here and I was kind of at my parents' house for a while, just really enjoying eating my mama's pound cake and just chilling and just enjoying my nieces and my nephews. It has really been like so refreshing, and really just good food for the soul, even though I haven't been eating that well. But that's neither here nor there. I've just kind of been doing things that feel good, even if that means doing absolutely nothing, which I know that some people don't have that freedom right now, because we have essential workers, and some people are just out protesting and doing all of these things that they feel that they need to do to feed themselves spiritually and emotionally. So I'm just kind of honoring that within myself right now. I'm honoring other people's will to want to do that for themselves. I noticed that there's a lot of things on social media about like what people should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing, and I just don't really want to be in a space where I'm like policing how other people are choosing to handle this time, and just really trying to honor myself and how I feel without pressure from the outside world. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And I mentioned that I got laid off, which wasn't a bit of a surprise to me. The company was kind of hinting at it, and I was one of the first to be hired on, so I kind of knew that I was going to be one of the first people to be let go. So I wasn't really pressured to like hurry up and find something else. I am fortunate enough to be able to put myself in a situation where I was able to save a lot of money while I worked. So I'm just pretty much just living on money that I have, and I'm just really grateful. I feel really blessed, despite everything that's going on, that I probably should not feel the way that I feel, but I will say I won't act like I haven't been feeling a tremendous amount of just like sadness also, just because of the state of the world, and then a few things in my own personal life. I noticed that sometimes, like when I get certain news that's supposed to be bad news, because of who I am, I don't know why, but I immediately look for the silver lining in situations, and I really don't allow myself to feel how I'm really feeling. Or really, I do allow myself to feel what I'm feeling, but it takes me a while to really process and really get to the root of my feelings. So, initially I was like, okay, I, didn't necessarily like this job. I was always planning to leave the job. It wasn't like a career path type of job. It was just something to kind of like get me from A to B while I was waiting for my bar results. And so when I found out that I didn't pass the bar, this is my second time taking it. So when I found out that I didn't pass it again, it was just kind of like, well, what am I going to do? Which was also kind of a blessing for me, and I'll get into that later. But I don't know, but even though I felt that it was a blessing, I still kind of had, obviously some feelings about it. Hold on. So I obviously had, some ill feelings about it. I won't sit here and act like I was just super excited about, not passing, but it was still a confirmation for me to know that that's just not a path that I'm willing to take right now. And I can kind of probably get more into that if y'all would be interested in knowing about it, or if I feel compelled to share it at some point. But yeah, so like after, not getting my results and not passing the bar, being laid off, like all of this happened within like the same, couple of weeks, and then the pandemic, and then, black people, being murdered and killed in the streets, and people protesting, and it was a lot. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna get out of the city and just get around some trees and really just take a breather. And so that's what I did. And I've been home for a couple of weeks now. It's been almost over a month. And I have plans to return. I've already actually booked my flight back home, because I am missing my love dearly, and I'm excited to get home to him. But I think I'm still going to really just take each day as it comes and not really focus too much on what I should or shouldn't be doing. Because I just have the time to do so. This pandemic has really been a blessing in disguise for me, because it just has allowed me to really take a break and figure out, what exactly that I really want from, myself and from the work that I do. So I'm just taking this time to do that, to really relax, and because I've always been on the go nonstop, since I was 18 years old. Like, I've been on the go nonstop. And so now, at 25, 26, I'm 26 now, I'm about to be 27. So it's just, this is me taking a break and really deciding, like, what my next steps are. And I'm, being patient with myself, and I'm just, using this time to love on myself. And so that's what I'm doing. I hope that you also take the time to, take the breaks and stuff that you need. If your spirit is calling you to do it and you're able to do so, I encourage you not to really worry about what other people are going to think about what you're doing, because we live in a society where we should be constantly on the go, we should be constantly producing, but that's not feasible for everybody. I personally believe that none of us should be constantly on the go. You should definitely take time to do things that you enjoy, and if you're able to do it for a long period of time, I encourage you to do that as well. So I'm just kind of allowing right now and letting things come to me as they do. You know, I'm definitely not, I am the queen of escaping, and I'm kind of working on my escapism. I'm very good at just blocking out everything and like getting into a shell. And I'm trying to be very intentional about not doing that, but being very intentional about this mental break that I'm taking. Not necessarily, you know, practicing full escapism and just like ignoring everything. So, you know, I still, you know, do little browsing here and there on the internet about certain opportunities that I would find, you know, would best be suited for the type of person that I am and the type of work that I want to do. And also just, you know, brainstorming and, you know, sketching and doing things like that. I haven't been producing any like YouTube content because I really just didn't, I wasn't just in a space to really be creative openly creative. So, you know, because of everything that was going on, I was very, I don't know, I was experiencing a lot of sadness surrounding the whole George Floyd situation and Breonna's, and then, you know, Toyin's, like, it was just too much going on at that time. And I just wasn't in the space to really get in front and talk to a camera, which is almost like talking into the abyss. But yeah, I'm getting better, and I'm feeling, you know, better about coming out of what I've been in, and really just, you know, being more open to sharing a little bit back. I mean, sharing a little more now that I'm feeling a little better and my family has loved on me a little bit, and I've been able to hug my nieces and nephews and kiss on them. I'm feeling a little more hopeful about the state of the world. And so I think that's just really what I needed. And if you don't have them in your immediate reach, I hope that you're finding time to love on yourself, or finding time to virtually spread love between your loved ones. Or even if you are able to take a short break and maybe take that drive, or get on that flight, if you feel so inclined, that you do that, because it's necessary, and it's even more necessary now because of everything that's going on. This is much as a race, you know, war, you know, war on, you know, capitalism and, you know, institutional racism, as it is on a spiritual and a consciousness war in your mind. So definitely, you know, take care of yourself, and I love you, and continue to float and allow and honor what it is that you need during this time. Y'all be well. And, you know, I always have to say this because I'm on YouTube, so, you know, like, comment, and subscribe if you feel, you know, so inclined to do so. If you feel called or feel spiritually led to do so, you know, I welcome it. And yeah, I'll see you next time in the next video.